Hi everyone! Welcome back to the channel. Bugs235 here with another Pokemon X Rupaul's Drag Race video. Yeah, I've held on these for a little while. Wasn't feeling too inspired, but with this upcoming season finale, I thought I'd give it another go. And first up, we have Anya Nerve, and she is my pick to win, I won't lie. I think she's super talented and amazing. First things first with her, I'm going to give her Vespa Queen because Vespa Queen is a queen, so drag queen, pretty obvious there. But she has been seen to wear yellow a lot in a lot of her looks. And for me especially, the in and out look for her talent show was extremely impactful. I knew from that moment on that I was still really rooting for Suzie Toot. But I knew something was special there because that song was actually really good and I would listen to it on its own if it was better produced. So anyways, this marks one of my important moments of this queen's trajectory for me, and then that'll be like a common theme throughout the rest of the video. It's very much like taking the key moments from each queen. Anyway, so it's black and white, or black and yellow, just like the honey bee and sweetness and all that. So that made sense for me. Anya Nerve is actually interesting because a lot of her Pokemon choices were a lot less apparent than the other queens, and I think that leads into a conversation we'll have at the end of her team building. So next up, another moment that really marked her as someone who was in it for the long run was her design challenge and her personality in this. For this, I chose Serena because it's giving royalty, very regal, but also Serena has attitude, and so does Anya Nerve when she's on the runway. When she's serving it, you can really tell in her face she believes the character, the personality, and it's real, but it's put on at the same time, and that's exactly what drag should be. So I think it's a great match in that sense. Serena's ability is also Royal Jelly, or something it's something royalty, so that checks out. And this regal look, opulence, reads that as well, alongside being green. Next up, this is probably my favorite, and this is the first pick when I thought of her. We have Meloetta. Ooh, I forget what form this is, but it's kind of like the dancing form, and had the more of the reddish hues, which I thought suited Anya a lot more than basic Meloetta. But again, Anya Nerve really made an impact on me. I loved her singing. I love singing. I love especially jazz performances, and so when she was performing Laganja's music and the dooba-da-ba-ba marijuana, really talented individual. Holy hell, she can sing, and then on top of that she can dance. We saw that in the Wiz performance. What a talented drag queen. That's all I kept thinking. And then later on in the season it really flipped. I was really big on Suzie Toot, and then I went towards Anya Nerve near the end just because her talent is undeniable. Lastly, I gave her female Pyroar because she has a lot of looks inspired by her African culture, and so I thought the African lion or lioness would make sense here. In her promo also she has a mohawk, so I thought that suited it pretty well. So in total, this is the team for Anya Nerve. So I'm going to be doing 4 Pokemon for each queen here. And what was really interesting about Anya Nerve is that her talent is undeniable. But I think compared to a lot of other queens, she hasn't branded herself as well. If I think of Anya, I can't think of a signature look, or I can't think of a signature phrase or anything like that. Maybe the marijuana thing. But still, I think maybe that's her weakness in this competition. But I don't care because she is so talented. I'm very much of the mind we reward the most talented person. And she does have the most wins. While it might be boring, I don't think that's unjustified. So good on you, Anya. Still rootin' tootin' for you. Next up, we have Jules Sparkles. And to start us off, the choice was very obvious that I wanted to include a Steel-type Pokemon because Jules often mentions that her spine is metallic or bionic. So the one Steel-type Pokemon that fit her aesthetic a bit more than I think others was Magearna. Being a fairy type fits her kind of childlike, beauty, cutesy fantasy. So that one was pretty clear cut in that sense. So I just wanted to call back to one of the things that sticks out to my mind. That's her metallic spine. Next up is Aurora's. Aurora's just kind of falls into the category of sparkly. She's wearing blue, light blue, like baby tones, which I think really suits her. Aurora's emits light, so sparkles in the night. It also has like those cute little jewels on it. So I thought that worked perfectly. Not much other than that, to be honest. Esper here, I think suited her because of her cat look, which was pretty memorable. A lot of people liked it. I also think of the purplish furs in the design challenge for the Betsy Ball. Otherwise, I could totally see Esper just hanging out with Jewel Sparkles, like the little kitty that she hangs out with or takes around with her in a little purse, you know? So that made a lot of sense. And last but not least, Diancie is a perfect fit for Jewel Sparkles. This was also the first Pokemon I thought of for her. Pretty clear cut. It's a diamond. It's sparkling. It's a jewel, I think, or a crystal. I don't know. But yeah, and she looks great in light pink. So she's got a lot of baby tones. Again, these Pokemon just fit that really well. In that sense, I think Jewel Sparkles really branded herself pretty nicely with her looks. She's gonna be sparkling. She's gonna be in like those baby colors, and she's gonna be cutesy. And good on her. I really like Jewel Sparkles. She crept up on me, or grew on me. I didn't like her at first, but she's really talented and a kind person, so I really enjoy her. So that's the full team for Jewel Sparkles. I think it's pretty good. It kind of has like a matching energy there, which I think is good. Color scheme. We have Lexi Love coming up next. Alright, so Lexi Love, again, one of the first Pokemon I thought of was Enamorus. Enamorus is kind of like, you know, she's that girl, she thinks she's all that. She's got a nasty face on her, really, but I think it fits the drag queen aesthetic pretty well. Lexi Love, as in the name, is a reference to love and heart imagery, and she wears that a lot on the runways too, like we saw in her entrance look, where she emulates like a Valentine's Day thing, and with her makeover with her mom. So we see those reds, those pinks, those whites a lot in her design, which fit right in with Enamorus. Oh my god, but I wanted to mention she started the Kumbaya Girls trend, so she's all about love. Next up, we have Pheromosa. Pheromosa was a pretty early on pick as well, because I thought of her I guess, yeah, the ball challenge, the Betsy Ball challenge, because that big puffy white train made me think of Pheromosa's hair. And she kind of has that train thing going for her the whole season, so something trailing behind her made total sense for a Pokemon. Pheromosa, I would also say, is a fashion girly. Very much the aesthetics down. She's got that best way of walking, high heels, very draggy, I would say. And then throughout the whole other outfits of Lexi Love, she also has this puffy outfit that makes me think of like the puffs on Pheromosa, like those little things. So I think that was the ugliest runway, or dress runway, so that fit perfectly as well. Next up, I gave her Milotic, because Milotic is like very high fashion to me, and again, another moment that really stuck out to me is how good Lexi Love looked in this umbrella or parasol moment. I thought she was so smart, beautiful. The white hair really reads regal, or I don't even know what, like mystical, and Milotic gave me that too, like very like fantastic. I don't know, just something you'd see in Moonlight, basically. And then there's also a reference here to Kogita, which is Cynthia's ancestor in Legends Arceus. And Kogita is obviously the ancestor of Cynthia, and Cynthia has this Milotic. It's also funny because Kogita has a connection with Enamorus, so maybe that all links up. But yeah. Lastly, I gave Lexi Love Salazzle because of her spiciness. Some of her looks also included some pink, black. I think she's got that kind of edge to her, like that puss energy, which is why I included Puss in Boots. And I think Salazzle matches that fiery spirit, which I think is lovely, very good for the TV. But yeah, and fuck Suzie Toot, because so that's Lexi Love. I think Lexi Love is a very strong contender. I really enjoy her, and I think this team combines her puss energy and her overall aesthetics. Here's Sam Star. Sam Star going in. First up, I thought of Starmie because, I mean, the star imagery has to be included. It's a very easy check off the list. But not only that, but Starmie also has a big jewel, and I feel like that represents her pageant energy, just like her first challenge win. She won with her opulence. And so a star crystal gem made total sense. Next up, Sam Star is not afraid to reference Americana, and so I thought Braviary was perfect. I think it also matches her like fierce energy, like she is not combative but competitive for sure, and so I think that energy is well matched with Braviary. I also gave her Aromatisse. This really screams pageant to me, like or showgirl, which I think Sam Star can lean into a lot more. Like I would definitely go see her in Las Vegas for her talent and her looks, if especially because that pink one, the flapper girl, I think, not flapper girl. Whoops. Anyways, Las Vegas girly thing was really impactful, and I think it looked really good on her. So I think this just suits her a lot, and especially because of her pageant background, I think it was a perfect match, and I assume she'd smell good. So yeah. Last but not least, I gave her Milk Tank. This one's pretty obvious because she is the Southern Belle. She obviously loves her country origins, her Southern origins. So she wears a lot of cowboy hats, and specifically cow prints. So what best to give her than a cow Pokemon? So that is Sam Star. Honestly, this one's a really crazy team because it's simultaneously very glamorous, but also a bit funny with Milk Tank. On a larger scale, I think Milk Tank also is a good fit because Sam Star kind of reminds me of Whitney from Gen 2, in the sense that competitive, really good at what she does, and then last but not least, like also, like, Bibi? I don't know what the word is, like, but she has that kind of like shadiness that I think Whitney has as well. There you go. Okay, listen, I know Suzie Toot is not in the top 4, but I don't care. This girl is, to me, a really prominent character in Season 17, and I want to give her a team, and so I will. Thank you very much. And congrats to winning the Lollapalooza, or the what? The lip sync Lollapalooza, Suzie. Very well deserved. So first up, very obvious, tapping toes, tap dancing. So we had to give her Mr. Rhyme. Mr. Rhyme is constantly tapping those little toes, just like Miss Suzie Toot did in her talent show. Mr. Rhyme is also a big reference to Charlie Chaplin. Was that his name? Yes. Chaplin, thank you. And he was a very iconic figure in the olden days. I couldn't tell you which olden days, but black and white films, somewhat like that. And Suzie often references past historical figures and events, so I think that worked perfectly. Beep beep, toot toot. Next we have Blacephalon, the clown Pokemon that explodes its head. I think this is perfect because, again, Suzie Toot uses a lot of clown imagery in her looks. So we see clown makeup, one of her most divisive looks being the pink look, and the next one over being her lip sync Lollapalooza look, where she also had a bit of clown makeup on, which is not a read, just facts. Yeah, so I think this worked perfectly. Fun colors too. And next up, because Suzie is so unique, she's got Gatita. I think that's the one. Gatita, because it's black and white, just like some of her looks emulating the 1920s, and a lot of Betty Boop cartoons, which I think is also complemented by Gatita's lips here, and black and white aesthetic, big eyes, the eyelashes. So I think this is like a clear representation of her inspirations from early animation, Fleischer films, and probably Disney as well. But yeah, I think this is a great match there too. On the note of Fleischer films, I gave her Impidimp because of her devil looks. So she has a lot of devil looks, in my opinion. I think she's worn it, I don't know, maybe she wore it white once, but she does like wear it out as well. And the devil look is kind of inspired by like the classic early animated devils. She also posted on her Instagram this look with the Red Hot, I forget what it was, Red Hot something Betty Boop short film. and that has a lot of demons in it that kind of look like Impidimp, but Impidimp has that style too of like early animated cartoons. Anyways, so I found that image of Betty Boop in hell like before I checked the Instagram, and then I saw the Instagram and I was like, she took the same reference. Good on her, like same. Anyways, Suzie Toot is smart, and I think this was a good fit. She's very cerebral. So that's Suzie Toot's team in all. I almost debated giving her a Delmise because of her sailor look, but then other than the sailor look, I couldn't really think of something that would fit in. But all in all, I think it's good because we got a lot of psychic, dark, fairy. I think that suits her. Ghost. She's different. She's different than the girlies. But yeah. So that is my video on the Pokemon teams of Season 17. I hope you all enjoyed and would like to see more. If you do, I skipped over Season 16. I guess I wasn't in the mood, but Season 16 is one of my favorite seasons, and that top 3 is so cool. If you want to see that, you let me know. Maybe I'll do it in the future. No promises, because I am a free person of my own will. But bye, you guys. Bugs235 out.